launch ceremony of the Adam and Eve Day Spa right here in the heart of Kingston, Jamaica. I am Camila McDonald, and I'm so delighted to see each and every one of you. And before we jump in, I'd like to acknowledge the esteemed individuals gracing us with their presence today. Of course, we have the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Honorable Edmund Bartlett, Minister of Tourism, Dr. Andre Haughton, Shadow Minister, Science, Technology, Innovation and Entrepreneurship, representing the Leader of Opposition, Mr. Mark Golding, Mr. Julian Robinson, Member of Parliament for St. Andrew Southeastern, the Honorable Delroy Truck, Minister of Justice, the Honorable Olivia Grange, Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, and we also have Mr. Philip Palwell, MP. All right, so as a wellness and lifestyle change coach in a world that glorifies being busy and even stressed, I'm so excited that we have a home that is here for our inner peace and our inner calm, right? Did you know that every single detail of this spa is designed, okay, and crafted to evoke a sense of harmony and rejuvenation? From the decor, the pictures and the quotes on the wall, from the products used in the treatment, okay, that are filled with antioxidants and all these important nutrients for us. Every single aspect of this spa is designed to nourish your mind, body, and soul, right? They say that laughter is the best medicine, but have you ever tried a day at the spa? It's a close second, right? So before anything else, let us invite the presence of the Almighty to the room. I'd like to invite Miss Jody Ann Dixon. She's the senior spa therapist here at Adam and Eve to welcome us in prayer.
Pleasant good afternoon, everyone. All protocols observed. Let us prepare our hearts for prayer. Most righteous and eternal Father, thank you for this day as we celebrate 17 years of amazing service in the spa industry, a significant growth and contribution to the wellness and tourism sector. We express our gratitude to be a part of our nation building. I have been here with Adam and Eve for 6 years and I've seen firsthand our tenacity and commitment to no man is an island. There's no I in team. Heavenly Father, please continue to protect, provide, and order our steps. Guide us as we strive to continue to grow and remain #1 in the Caribbean and Jamaica. A homemade brand that is Jamaican, near and far, can be proud of. We leave our future in your hands. One team, one dream. Today is history. Blessings and favor to all. Amen.
Thank you so much, Miss Jody Ann Dixon. Are you guys smelling that really awesome aroma? Is that lemongrass? A mixture, a combination? Tell us what we have. All right, Adam and Eve signature. We won't tell out the secrets here. All right, so we are going to move into the introduction of our executive chairman, Mr. Garth Walker. So it is my great pleasure that I stand before you today to introduce a visionary leader whose passion for wellness knows no bounds. As one of the main driving forces behind Adam and Eve Day Spa, Garth has infused every corner of this space, along with his team, with his vision of healing and luxury. So as we gather here today to celebrate the launch of Adam and Eve Day Spa, let us not only applaud the beauty of this establishment, but also acknowledge the visionary behind it all. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Mr. Garth Walker, the Executive Chairman of Adam and Eve Spa.
Afternoon, everybody. All protocols observed. Ladies and gentlemen, family, friends, members of the media, And last but definitely not least, my beautiful wife, Kimisha Tanya Walker. Oh, got it. So, Adam and Eve Day Spa started from a dream. So I was home one day and Kim came to me and said, we have an opportunity to open a day spa on her brother-in-law's property. This was New Line Motors. And I said, a spa on a car company. That don't make no sense. But the loving gentleman that I was, we men tend to relent. So the answer was yes. So we opened a 1,600 square foot spa on Constant Spring Road. We invested about $12 million at the time. I gave out discount coupons, gold cards, platinum cards, and black cards to everybody I knew. April 30th, 2007, we opened. Kim came home and I said, babes, what was the sales? She said 0. So I said 0. You mean, so what was the figures before the 0? She said it was 0. So I said, mean tell me that nobody came? She said, nobody. So I said, so you couldn't just do a service and pay for it? So the sales were 0. That went on for at least a week. No revenue coming into the company. There was light bill, there was rent, there's water, there's staff to get paid. So all of that had to be funded. Coupled with that, we then moved into a recession in 2008. So the truth be told, the business on Constant Spring Road never really got an opportunity to get off the ground. Then we fell in issues with the landlord at the time because the property ended up being sold. And the landlord did not just want their property, they demanded their property and gave us notice. And at that point now, we had to make a decision. We either close the business or we're going to find another place to rent. In 2012, I contacted Gregory Main, and I think he's here, and said, Gregory, I need a property. He called back and said, Garth, I found a property in New Kingston. Now, I want you to follow me. On Constant Spring Road, the business was slow, possibly on the brink of closure. Then here comes Gregory with a property and says the rent is 4,000 US. So I'm like, Gregory, you're a madman. Gregory said, God, look on the vision, man. Look on the vision. So anyway, we went, we looked on the property, and we realized that this was an opportunity. So go hard or go home. We doubled down. Our main banker at the time was NCB. Desron Graham is here. And we funded the expansion there with about 35 million, some debt and some equity. And we opened a 5,000 square foot in 2012. At that point, we started to get recognition in the business, in the spa industry. Things were going very well. Things were picking up. Things was going nicely. Again, the landlord came and said, I want my property. They demanded the property, so we got notice again. At this point, we're saying to ourselves, you know what, I do it in the spine business for us. Because it's the second time we're experiencing the same tribulation. So we had to make a decision again. We said, listen, Kim and I discussed, we said, we're never going to allow this opportunity, well, this situation to happen to us again. So we have to have our own home. So we went on the hunt and we found a dilapidated property, which was this. It had like 2 or 3 shuttles on it. And, we made them an offer and they accepted. And, it's the single biggest investment that we have made in the business to date. We invested approximately $150 million into this property to open a 10,000 square foot Pampa Temple, and we are now the #1 standalone day spa in the Caribbean. Now, opening this location was not an easy feat. As imagine investing over $150 million into a property, and then there is COVID. So COVID came, and we were unable to open. Not eating out against Mr. Prime Minister, but we were unable to open. The protocol said, yes, we were safe. Thank you, sir. The protocol said that we could not open. So, me and my friends, we came down here, we walked around, had a couple of drinks, and, we just look, because we could not open. So again, we have a mortgage. So thankfully, Sagicor, my partner, they said you can just pay interest only. But you have a mortgage, you have your staff to pay, you have your light, your water, the usual cost. And again, you can't open. But at this point, we were in a better position because we owned the building. So we were very comfortable with that. So the journey for us, it has been good. We have been through our own little tribulations, but what I will say is that we are very happy where we are now. We have a very, very dedicated, competent team. We started out with 12 staff members at Constant Spring. In New Kingston, we grew to 22, and now we are a 45-member team strong. We have, I would say, some of the best ACE sessions in the Caribbean. We have persons that come here from all over the world and does our services and say it's comparable to none. So in closing, again, I just want to say thank you to my team. We have a very, very incredible team. My beautiful wife, you're not just my wife, we're partners, and we do a great job together. I just want to list out a couple first that we have in the industry. One, we're the first to introduce infused rags upon entry at the spa as a standalone spa. We're the first to offer complimentary water, juice, coffee, tea, Baileys, and Johnny Walker for any service that you are doing. Doesn't matter the value. We're the first. We're the first to have a fully e-commerce integrated website where you can go on our website and you can purchase, book a service, and you don't have to speak to a soul and just turn up. We are the first to introduce what we call the rainforest water massage. We are the first to introduce staff awards for our team members. And we are now the first to have a Prime Minister, Mr. Andrew Holness, opening a day spa in Jamaica. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much. Congratulations, Garth, Kimisha, and the entire team. We're so proud of you. I can't help but notice that this is a male-dominated audience. Does that speak to males? Let me see a show of hands of all the males who go to a spa. Right? Okay, good. Males have to take care of themselves too, right? And I'm sure Adam and Eve Day Spa will not only serve Jamaicans here, but also contribute and impact wellness tourism as we bring in, visitors to Jamaica with these beautiful facilities and holistic experiences that incorporate just our natural beauty, our culture, for a deep relaxation and rejuvenation. All right, so this isn't just a spa, it is a gateway to a healthier, more vibrant Jamaica. Okay, so I am going to introduce 3 speakers who will come up here. I'm going to start with, first join me in extending a warm welcome to Mr. Julian Robinson, Member of Parliament. His presence today is a testament to the importance of collaboration between government and the private sector in fostering a brighter move and brighter future for Jamaica.
Thank you very much. Let me acknowledge the Prime Minister. There are members of the Cabinet, colleagues who are members of parliament, Senator Jesse James Clark, and a wide array of impressive business leaders. I must say, Garth and Kamisha, you're big when you can pull a crowd like this. I'm happy to be associated with this. I've been here before. I remember when you did your soft launch, which may have been in 2020, in the height of COVID, but I came at the time just to tour the building and to see what you were doing here. I remember when you had bought the building and you told me about it and you were going through the process of renovation. And I think you can say you have had a very positive experience here at 56 Old Hope Road. And I think the location is an excellent one. Old Hope Road is one of the busiest gateways. And I think from what you have said, your business has continued to grow and will, in the future, I believe, offer more services. As you said, as a male, yes, we partake of these services. And I was saying to Delroy, when you said you offer complimentary Johnny Walker, Delroy said, I will now come, right? Because I can take advantage of the service. But services are a growing industry, and both men and women, as self-care, come to places like this to look good and to relax. And I think you offer a very valuable service. And your location makes it easy for you to access. So as Member of Parliament, I just want to continue to encourage you. 2 young black entrepreneurs who have invested their money in a growing business and are doing very well. And I think it augurs well for our country and our society. So good luck, continued presence here in my constituency, and I wish for you all the best as you grow. I will have to slip out, PM. NHT is coming to one of my schemes at 2:30, and to do some renovations. So when I slip out, that's the reason I'm leaving. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Julian Robinson. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Dr. Andre Haughton, Shadow Minister, Science, Technology, Innovation, and Entrepreneurship, representing the Leader of Opposition, Mr. Mark Golding.
Thank you so much, Camilla. It's good to be here. I mean, after trying so many times and ending up in roadblocks, many people would have quit, but they decided to stay the course and look at what we have here today. Give them a round of applause. Our Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, the Most Honorable Babsy Grange, Honorable Dedra Chuck, members of my team, MP Julian Robinson, MP Philip Paulwell, and your own councillor, Jesse James. It's good to be here. I mean, looking at today, and we're here at the launch of this spa, when I talk about mental health issues, when I talk about a ever fast-pacing, moving world, it's only fitting that we have sanctuaries like these to help each and every one of us to cope with our day-to-day life. The idea of opening a spa in this environment shows their dedication towards entrepreneurship, and it's a reinforcement of their understanding of where the future is headed and how you balance services in a country filled with different types of avenues and different types of industries. I am Dr. Andre Haughton, your shadow spokesperson for Science, Technology, Innovation, and Entrepreneurship. I'm here representing our leader, Mark Golding, who could not be here. And he wants you to know that this new space is a testament to what can be achieved when vision is combined with dedication and entrepreneurial spirit. It is a shining example of how businesses can evolve, adapt, and grow even in challenging times. He spoke of the first instance when they wanted to open with the global financial crisis, took a toll on businesses, not just locally, but globally. And then again with the relaunch, where COVID played a role as an obstacle. But such as we are as Jamaicans, we are resilient people who, in the face of challenges, know how to emerge and emerge victorious. I want to say congratulations to the team again for their remarkable effort, and keep it up. And I'll see you soon, hopefully. Have a wonderful day, guys.
Thank you so much, Dr. Andre Haughton. And lastly, but certainly not least, I would like to bring up to the stage Miss Paige Gordon. She is the advisor to the Minister, the Honorable Edmund Bartlett, Minister of Tourism, who sends his apologies. He won't be able to be here today. But his support for initiatives like Adam and Eve Spa underscores the pivotal role that wellness tourism plays in driving economic growth and cultural enrichment.
Thank you so much. Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, Honorable Minister Olivia Babsy-Grange, Honorable Minister Delroy Chuck, other ministers of government who are present here, other members of parliament, colleagues and friends, members of the media, special guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. As said, my name is Paige Gordon. I am the advisor to the Honorable Minister of Tourism. I call him the World Minister of Tourism, who really apologizes for his absence here this afternoon. But nonetheless, he sends his well wishes and his greetings to everyone. So he says, I'm delighted to be joining you today as we celebrate the official opening of the new home of the Adam and Eve Day Spa, an event that was delayed but not deterred by the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic. As we gather here in 2024, it is a testament to the resilience and perseverance that has brought us to this moment. It is symbolic of our thriving tourism industry, which has maintained a remarkable post-pandemic rebound. I am pleased to share that the 2023-24 fiscal year was a record-breaking year for the industry, surpassing all expectations. We welcomed 4.3 million visitors, including both stopover and cruise visitors, and earned over 4.38 billion in revenue, the largest revenue flow from tourism in the history of the industry. This success has solidified Jamaica's position as one of the fastest recovering countries and the Caribbean's fastest growing tourism destination. So, what does that mean for the success of the ordinary Jamaican? Our visitors bring with them a demand for 365 billion worth of goods, everything from souvenirs and crafts to locally made clothing and food. This creates a massive opportunity, not just for the hotels and resorts, but one for us all. Whether you run a restaurant, a craft shop, a farm, or a spa, like Adam and Eve Day Spa, there is opportunity here for you in Jamaica's tourism industry. The global tourism landscape is transforming. Modern travelers are no longer satisfied with just sun, sea, and sand. They crave immersive experiences that nourish the mind, body, and soul. This is where the thriving world of health and wellness tourism comes in. The global wellness industry is experiencing unprecedented growth, merging health, fitness, spirituality, and travel. According to the Global Wellness Institute, the foremost authority on wellness market data, the global health and wellness economy soared to a record 5.6 trillion in 2022 and is projected to hit 8.5 trillion by 2027. Jamaica, with its abundance of beauty and prime location, is perfectly positioned to capitalize on this booming market. And this new 10,000 square foot spa facility is a testament to this potential. It adds a new dimension to Jamaica's tourism product, one that caters to the growing desire for holistic wellness experiences. In recent years, my ministry has placed greater emphasis on the growth and development of the health and wellness market. We have taken a proactive approach by establishing a dedicated network within the Tourism Enhancement Fund to create a strong governance structure, strengthening linkages between the health and wellness industry and other sectors as manufacturing and agriculture, and promote Jamaica's distinctive wellness offerings to the world. We have developed several policies within the ministry around human capital development. Notably, to that extent, we established the JCTI, the Jamaica Center of Tourism Innovation, in partnership with the American Hotel and Lodging Education Institute to offer a spa supervisor certification course. And I am pleased to announce that over 50 graduates have been awarded Certificate of Spa in Supervisory. We will continue to expand the quality of the services we provide so as to create an exceptional experience for Jamaicans and visitors alike. In closing, I extend my heartiest congratulations to Garth and Kimisha. This power couple ranks among the nation's top entrepreneurs, driving innovation and achieving success across their revenues and ventures. The Adam and Eve Day Spa isn't just a spa, it's an experience. With its high standards, I have no doubt it will become a leading destination for wellness seekers from both here and abroad. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your greetings and your wishes. We're so grateful for your support. And thank you for your dedication to our beloved Jamaica and your commitment to building a healthier and more prosperous future for all of us. And now, without further ado, I'm privileged to introduce our esteemed guest speaker, the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica. His presence today underscores the significance of this occasion and reaffirms our commitment to fostering wellness and prosperity for all of us Jamaicans. Prime Minister, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Camilla, for your wonderful mastery of the ceremony so far. You've been very efficient, and I propose to continue in that vein with the delivery of my own comments. Let me acknowledge Dr. Andre Haughton for his very efficient statements as well. And Julian, I think it's time that you go to the NHD. While you're at it, you should just say thank you.
Yes, it was your present.
And of course, to our host, Garth and Kimisha. Thank you so much for the invitation. I have no apologies for the efforts that we made during COVID. We certainly believe it kept the nation safe. But I do, however, understand that it did cause you some pain. But today, you are stronger. Absolutely. My ministers, I greeted Minister Grange and said, "What are you doing here at a spa this hour of the day?" I know Minister Chuck has no reason to be here. And I know that a regular visit to the spa is our good friend, Member of Parliament for the adjoining constituency, Philip Paulwell. Good to see all of you here and such a wonderful audience gathered. Today marks a remarkable milestone for Adam and Eve Day Spa. I don't need to recount the struggle. You've done a very good job of telling us the challenges that you have faced. I am very pleased that you were able to stick it out, to weather the storms and fight the struggle. Because we're all faced with challenges in life. Every one of us, we have our challenges. But the real mark of strength is for the person who, in spite of the challenge, decides to embrace the struggle and persevere. And so today, all of the people you see here today are not here because of the spa. They are here because of your story of perseverance, resilience. And they are here to celebrate you and to pay their respect. And of course, you represent, by your own struggle, by your own journey, a statement to other young black Jamaicans, to use the terms expressed by your member of parliament, and which I too embrace. You're a testament in business and in family. So I wanted to use this opportunity to point out to Jamaica that the micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises are a critical part of the Jamaican economy. And who leads that segment of our economy? It's people like Garth and Kamisha. We may not have the context and full figures of what that segment of our economy looks like, but there are about 425,000 small, medium, micro enterprises in Jamaica. 425,000. In fact, we know this because many of them are registered tax-paying entities. In fact, we know that those 425,000 MSMEs, they generate annual revenues of between $15 million and $425 million yearly. Now, Adam and Eve's day spas is probably a little bit outside of the $425 million range. And they hire between 1 and 50 persons, which you fit squarely in based upon what you have said. You have about 40 employees. Excellent. And collectively, we know that there are about 412,000 own account workers in Jamaica, people who are self-employed. So when you look at the Jamaican economy and what carries the economy, it's not just big businesses. The fact that the Jamaican economy continues to do well, our tax revenues and take continues to increase, it is because of businesses like Adam and Eve Day Spa. So there are those who might be wondering, why is the Prime Minister coming to open a spa? There are other things to do in the country. Yes, of course. But part of my duty and responsibility is to acknowledge and support those who have made the investment, those who continue to take the risk in the economy, those who continue to innovate, and Garth and Kamisha are wholly representative of that, and I'm here, like all of you, to celebrate them, to offer our support, and to endorse their activity. And to encourage the other 425,000 businesses out there that might be facing a difficult time. Interest rates, we know, are a challenge. Another challenge that they face, whenever I get a chance to interact and I meet with some of the business people, they tell me, Prime Minister, we can't find workers. And by the nods I'm seeing in the audience, it is something that is a genuine concern. From our perspective, it is not that we don't have persons in Jamaica, Andre. We do have a pool of unemployed persons. That pool is rapidly declining. The challenge is that as the pool declines, you're starting to see, though, those persons who require greater training and greater effort. And that is why we have put together certain programs at the Heart Trust NSTA to attract those young persons who are still outside of the labor force and to train them so that when they get into the labor force, they are employable. And at a level that reduces the training cost on the small businesses. And those programs are working very well. We expect that the unemployment numbers will continue to decline, and we are expecting that within another year or so, our workers entering the labor force will be at a higher level of skill, which will start to address these challenges that we have. Of course, it is not just the global economic environment, access to credit, interest rates. A part of the story, which was well told by Garth, is access to proper infrastructure. It's a general challenge that businesses face, but specifically access to purpose-built facilities. The quality and availability of good real estate for business is a challenge. And the cost of getting access to this real estate is also a big challenge. Many business persons, particularly MSMEs, they raise the issue of, for example, not having enough warehousing space. That is always a problem. And in the search for properties, when they do find properties, the level of retrofitting that has to be done to make the property useful is sometimes overwhelming on the business. Now, this is not an area in which government could easily solve the problem. This is really a private sector challenge. How do we get the private sector to mobilize more capital in building out commercial spaces that are affordable and built in such a way that it can accommodate many types of businesses? It is being done, but not at the pace that would support business enterprise in the way that our business enterprise is growing. Nevertheless, through the Factories Corporation of Jamaica, the government has given a directive to the FCJ that right across Jamaica, where they have property or where they don't, they should acquire, to start building out what we're calling the turnkey community micro business parks. And we're doing the first one in Morant Bay. You will recall that we have made a massive investment in the parish of St. Thomas in building out the Morant Bay Urban Center. The Morant Bay Urban Center is on 25 acres of land, formerly the old Goodyear factory. I toured there a few weeks ago. Fantastic what is being done there in terms of buildings and facilities and the infrastructure. Fantastic. But we recognize that whilst we will have larger businesses moving in and occupying the space, that we must support the MSMEs in and around the area to create this ecosystem of real estate and facilities. And so the first park will be built there on an additional 10 acres that we have acquired. So it is not only the urban center in terms of the buildings that have been laid out for banks and for universities and for big shopping centers and so forth, but we will build out a business park for micro and small businesses. And they have been given our directive, the FCJ, to look at all the urban centers in Jamaica, to acquire land in proximity, or if they have land in the urban centers, to start to develop these micro business parks that will ensure that small entrepreneurs can find real estate to house their activity. So I thought that this would be a very good platform on which to make that comment. But as I close, as I did promise to be super efficient, we should bear in mind that the Factories Corporation of Jamaica has undertaken a massive expansion of the Garmix facility in 2 phases. And we have spent, over the last 3 years, $3.5 billion to expand it. It is a wonderful facility, and many businesses are finding accommodation there. So as I close, I don't need to remind the country of our record low unemployment rate, the lowest national debt to GDP ratio in 30 years, this very stable exchange rate, no new taxes for over 9 consecutive years, a net international reserve of $5 billion for the first time ever. We don't need to remind the country of that. And we are meeting our inflation targets. I don't need to remind the country of that. I make an observation, and you'll permit me, Garth, at this wonderful event and for the audience listening, that, you know, in the present atmosphere, which some people describe as the silly season, which has started. Many silly things have been done. So the issue for many persons, including many persons who I thought would have analyzed the situation a little differently, the perspective is that, the government is doing so much. But nobody knows. The government has done so much, but the government is not telling its story. And we are ceding space to the opposition to tell their story. It's incredible, because every time we speak, we tell the story of the Jamaican success. But you have to understand the age in which we exist. And I see Andre is smiling in agreement. We exist in the age of what is called the attention economy. Nobody wants to listen to good news. That doesn't get likes and follow. What gets liked and followed would be, things that are negative, things that are bizarre, things that are strange, things that are controversial, things that are silly, yes? It is an unfortunate pronouncement of this new emerging kind of perspective, which makes it very difficult for governments, not just for incumbents, not just for this administration, but if you look right across the world at all other governments, they face that. And it's just the emergence of a new form of media and a new form of information dissemination. And we appreciate and understand that. And the government has to come to grips with this in terms of how it finds ways to deliver the message of its performance. So it's a very curious thing that government is being criticized, but not for its lack of performance. You have a government that performs, but it is heavily criticized. And it is a strange place to be in, but don't worry, this is a very resilient and innovative government. And we are not perturbed by narratives that are created. We have a story to tell, and we will tell our story in the best way possible for all Jamaicans to hear and understand. So with that said, I relieve you to go to the NHT project that this government has created for the benefit of the opposition.